Hey guys, my name is James. I'm a founder of Agency Launch, and in this video, you're going to learn how I leverage personalized email to book 7 to 8 meetings fully automated with only 1 hour of work. So I hope you learned something new. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. Cheers. I'm going to go over the first phase in this video, and there'll be 2 more follow-up videos. But by the time you're seeing this, it might be 1 big video. So we'll see where you guys are at and when you watch this video. So I'm going to go through really fast, really simple, the exact steps, the exact softwares, the websites you need to use to execute this phase. I'm also talking about key points and everything like that. So bear with me. Before anything, I guess the most important aspect of any growing agency is that you set appointments and close appointments. So I'm going to show you how you can book 50 of those meetings and close at least 10% of them in 30 days. And I say, I'm not going to show you how to close them because anyone can show up to 50 meetings and close 10% of them. So I'm basing this on the fact that you've never jumped on a sales meeting before, okay? So anyone here who's watching this video should be able to sign at least 5 clients based on these 3 phases. And I'll break down the kind of metrics and the KPIs that you should be meeting during each phase. So key points to really note are: do not make it complicated, have one niche, have one offer, be consistent, and follow up or quit. Basically meaning don't complicate your life, don't complicate your business for no reason. Target one audience, have one solution to a really big pain point they're experiencing, and just be consistent with your outreach and make sure you follow up. Follow up with your leads every 2 to 3 days and keep following up until they tell you to fuck off. That's essentially what you need to do. And if you don't do that, your results and your KPIs will be a lot less than what you would like them to be or what you would expect them to be. So just to clarify as well, volume is king, and you should not waste time on tasks that are not driving more revenue to your business. So for example, like this free training, if I can help you guys get 5 new clients in the next 30 days, you'll trust that I know what I'm on about and you'll come back for more information. So you should be doing the same thing for your target audience. You should be providing value, offering help to solve their problems. And then once you solve a couple of their problems, they'll come back to you for more information and more help. So it's really like that for any B2B service. And it's really the best way to gain trust and gain traction and just gain more revenue and all that good stuff. So here are the following steps you need to follow in order to book those 50 meetings. So make sure, number 1, that you have an offer. Make sure that offer also has a guarantee. We're not going to talk too much into what makes a good offer and a guarantee in this video. I will talk about that later on. But, for example, for an e-commerce agency, it could be achieve 2x return on your ad spend, or you don't pay, or we'll beat your current ads, or, we work for free. You've got to get creative, see what, your competition is doing, and just try and up them. Try and get a better guarantee and a better offer. And if you don't believe in your service, you don't believe in what you're solving, then you shouldn't be doing it in the first place. You must have conviction. You must have, self-belief that you can get this done. And a really good example of this as well, I'm going to skip a couple of steps here, is that when you buy something from Amazon or just buy any product or service and you are not satisfied, you would expect a refund, because that, it's human nature that you trust people and you trust that they will, have the best intentions for you. So you should do the same thing when you're offering a service and not try and live contract to contract because they've signed an agreement, they're going to pay you X amount of money. So make sure that what you're offering and the service you're providing is, costs way less for the end user than it does in terms of the value they're receiving. So hopefully that makes sense. And then I was going to go over 3 examples. Give me a second. 3 examples of guarantees you can use is a 30-day money-back guarantee. So they pay up front. If after 30 days they are not satisfied, you refund them, no questions asked, which is very common. Another one is a conditional offer. So your offer could be, for example, we will add $100,000 to your bottom line for your e-commerce brand, or you don't pay. So a really good offer. And the guarantee is a conditional offer. If they turn up to every meeting, if they make the changes that you recommend, if they don't touch the ads, if they don't do this, the list goes on. And then the other one is a satisfaction guarantee, which is what I mentioned previously. So there are more guarantees to this, but these are the 3 ones that I've used and what seems to work really well for me. So I'm just basing it off my own history and my own experience. Okay. So the number 2 for kind of what we're going to go over is we're going to be using an email, an Instagram, and a Facebook account. We're actually going to be using 2 email accounts, but we'll get into that. So email, Instagram, and Facebook are the 3 channels we'll be using to sign your next 5 clients in the next 30 days. Okay. So phase 1 of this is personalized email. I'm going to show you how you can automate this completely without having to hire a VA or hiring even an agency that's going to do the personalized lines for you. I'm going to show you how you can scrape the data, how you can turn that data into CEO and decision-maker emails, and also automate those personalized lines, and then automate sending those personalized lines, and even automate the follow-up, all within different websites and softwares, which I have laid out on my taskbar. So I will go through this one by one. Number one is you want to go to your Google domains. So maybe you already have a domain, but you want to make sure you create another one. So if your Google domain is, econtheory.io, that could be your funnel/website domain, but you're also going to want another one. So for example, mine is econtheory.net. So if someone types in econtheory.net, it's going to forward them to my main website, right? So you want to have two. You want to have a .io, .net, or a .com. Just have two of those set up through Google domains. It's about £10, or I think it's even $10 a month. And then you get Google Suite on top of that for $5 a month, I think. So it's going to cost you about $15 a month per domain you use, so $30 in total. So once you've got that set up, you have those two configured, you have full access for your Google Suite. You can then think about, setting up and warming up your email. But before we get into that, if you haven't got a funnel or website set up, I recommend going to either ClickFunnels or Go High Level. So I use Go High Level because it allows us to automate and use the CRM, so we can contact people that have booked an appointment, and we can leverage their kind of structure of having a pipeline. And it's just a really versatile tool. Whereas ClickFunnels, from what I know, is less than that, and it is more just about having a landing page and pushing people down your funnel. So both are the same price at their lowest tier, but whatever one you feel comfortable with. I guess if you use ClickFunnels and you make $1 million, you get a cool reward that I see floating about. So yeah, maybe whatever fits your narrative and what you guys want to focus on, but I recommend using Go High Level out of the two. So yeah, if you haven't got a funnel, do that. And then going on to the next step is using Lemlist to warm up your cold email domain. So you're going to have your main domain. So for example, it could be econtheory.io like I have here. And then we use econtheory.net for everything else. So for our cold emails that we send, our 50 personalized emails a day. So what you want to do there, you want to go to a Lemlist and you want to go down to the email warm up. You can either pay, annually or pay monthly. I recommend just doing monthly and then canceling afterwards. So it's $29, and I recommend using their warm up email domain service for about 14 days. So you don't want to be sending any of these personalized emails for 14 days. But if you already have, a cold domain, which some of you will, then feel free to get started as soon as possible. If you don't warm up your domain, what's going to happen is you're basically going to get put into spam. None of your emails are going to send, and it's going to be a horrible, horrible mess. And it's happened to me before, and it's not fun. So I recommend doing this, waiting the 14 days, familiarizing yourself with each of these 3 phases, and get started on something else if that is the case. But in the meantime, get that done. And then the next step is obviously, it's going to be scraping the emails. So there's different places, different websites you can leverage to scrape these emails. So you can go to the data scraper. I don't know why that's not coming up. Let me just do the data scraper. I can find it here. Can't find it for some reason. Interesting, unless it's not called the data scraper, but here we go. So you can come to the data scraper, you can log in, you can, I think it's like $99 a month, and you can basically scrape emails from business owners and LinkedIn and all that good stuff. So it's really good for lead gen, more so than e-commerce. So e-commerce, I recommend using like store leads, which looks like this, or you can use builtwith.com, a couple good ones that we've leveraged, which have gotten us really good results in the past. And then even another really good option, especially for lead gen, is going to Fiverr. I've used this guy in the past, so you can copy me, go to this URL or type in his username. He's really efficient, really fast, got loads of good 5-star reviews, and he'll go on above and beyond for you. So in terms of cost efficiency, I recommend Fiverr. In terms of like speed, I recommend any of the others. But for e-commerce, stick with store leads or built with. I'm sure there's more that I'm not aware of, but yeah, use those. And then once you've got your, bulk list of emails that you want to start sending to, you want to make sure you clean those emails. So what I use is a software called Bulk Email Checker, and it's a lot cheaper than a lot of the other ones you'll see on Google and other search results. For example, you can have 500,000 clean emails for less than $300, which is crazy, right? You can even get, $1 million for $400, which, yeah. You can even start off and do 25,000 for $23. So wherever you feel comfortable with and what you feel happy spending, there's something you can just get started with. So once you've done that, you then have your clean email list, right? Okay, and then you want to, after scraping those emails and making sure you find the clean list, you can then upload this to anymailfinder.com. So this is where you basically turn your basic email addresses, your hello at, your info at, into CEO decision maker emails, which are super important for personalized email. So with this, you then want to choose what's comfortable for you. One off to get started. You can just start with 200 emails, but for a month you're looking at about 1,000 emails or less. So £39, and then, like I said, you import your data. You actually only need 2 variables, which is the URL of the domain and also I think the URL of the LinkedIn as well. So once you have those two, you can then scrape your personalized, not personalized, sorry, but your decision-maker emails. And then once you have your decision-maker emails, you can then, I know it's a lot of steps, guys, but this is really what it takes to get super personalized and get this kind of structure right. And I was trying to deliver as many actionable steps as possible. So after any email finder, you're going to have your decision-maker emails, and then you can go to quicklines.ai. And then in here, this is where the magic happens. Shout out to Nick, who's created this software. It's an absolute legend. And what you can do is you can log in, you can sign up, and you can pay for this software to scrape your decision-maker emails and those LinkedIn URLs into personalized lines. So like first lines that people are using to contact, you can now do this fully automated. So this software is a no-brainer. I mean, it literally happens within seconds. You can get 600 for $149. So, you do the maths. And then from there, you're going to have your lines, you're going to have your email addresses, which are all clean. So all that's next to do is to set everything up within a software and actually start sending them out. Split testing your copy, split testing your offers. What we use is Mailshake, again, things like $44 or $59 a month. So you can even have a 30-day guarantee. So you can try this for 30 days. I know there's loads of other different ones you can use, but Mailshake is what works for us time and time again. So you can sign up for Mailshake, and then you have everything you need apart from your email, right? So you have your list, you have your personalized lines, and then you have a software with your warm, cold domain, which sounds funny saying. So you have your second domain, which is ready to send emails. So you can then leverage Mailshake. You import all the personalized lines with your email addresses attached, and then you can test different copy. What I do recommend doing though is not just putting out an offer. Don't say, hey, this is our guarantee, you should be interested. You're talking to respected business owners, right? So you want to just get a positive response. You want them just to reply and be like, yes, I'm interested in learning more. You don't want them to just book a call after the first email. And no one's going to do that anyway. So you want to just make it very much about, hey, my name is X, I do X. I came across your business. I'd be interested in jumping a call and talking about how we can get this result for you. Or you could just be like, hey, personalized first line. I'm really interested in business name. Do you have 10 minutes to talk about your marketing strategy this week? Or even better than that, you could just say like, hey, first name, personalized line, is business name looking to get more customers this month? I mean, these are really awful examples, but I'll go into some better examples another time. I just want you guys to get creative with it. And it's not like there's one size that fits all. It's really important that you test different copy. So, you could send 100 at one copy and then 100 at another, and then test on the open rates, test your different subject lines. But the one subject line that does really work well for me is just having quick question, all lowercase, because it doesn't imply anything. It's very vague. So people tend to get a lot more curious about that. So I recommend just testing that out. But yeah, in terms of the actual copy, just get creative and think about how you would like to receive an email and what you would respond to, rather than just bombarding your offer and your guarantee. You just want them to kind of put their hand in the air and show interest and show intent that they will actually have some time to respond. And then from there, you can reply with some case studies or your guarantee or your offer. But essentially, you want to get them on a call. So it may take 3 or 4 emails back and forth, and those obviously will be manual responses. But once that's done, you can then just get used to what works, what flow works for you in your niche, and then you can automate that out. Maybe you can hire a VA to respond to all your email replies. But again, that's another lesson. So in terms of results and what you should be seeing, over a period of 30 days of actual sending 50 of these a day. And the reason we send 50 a day is because any more than 50, you're probably going to get hit into spam. So don't send any more than 50 emails a day from your cold email account. So 50 a day for 30 days, excluding Sundays, works out to 1,300 emails over which we are, seeing about 3 responses a day, which is about 75 replies. And with a 10% booking rate, that's anywhere between 7 or 8 meetings within 30 days. So, for something that is fully automated and it isn't going to cost you an arm and a leg like paid ads do, this is a really good system and workflow you can leverage to actually get an extra 7 or 8 meetings a month. And look, all you've got to do is reply to positive replies. Everything else is set up and it's done within a matter of clicks. You can get this workflow set up, except obviously Lemlist within a couple hours maybe. So, guys, this is something that I use and we use, routinely, and it works, right? There's no secret sauce to this. It's just leveraging proven softwares and proven systems that are actually going to get your target audience interested in your business and what you're offering. Okay. So I know this has been like a 20-minute video. It wasn't planning to be a 20-minute video. Maybe I need to get better at actually talking faster and getting to the point. But it's the first of many trainings. So bear with me on kind of the setup of this and how the flows happen. But I hope you've learned something. I hope you can put this into practice and actually get some results. And if you're interested in any additional help, or actually trying to learn about how we can offer our service to you, then go to agencylaunch.io to learn more about that, or just send me a DM on Facebook or wherever you found this video. So yeah, thank you guys again. Have a wonderful day, and I'll speak to you very soon. Peace.